Hey YouTube, what's going on? I got a profile of my prophecy deck. I just redid this and so far it's working really well. And I'm going to show you guys what's in it. There's 3 proxies in the deck total in the deck and extra deck. I just got cards out on loan right now. I'll be getting them back hopefully in the next couple days. But yeah, they're out on loan. But I can still show you guys the deck. So let's get started. First, we start off with 2 breakers. These 2 are supposed to be apprentice magicians. What I like about apprentice magicians is, one, they can add spell counters for him, for breaker here, and then they also when they're destroyed by battle, you can set a level 2 spellcaster. And that level 2 would be, where is he? These guys right here. Their effects activate when they are flipped face up too. So if they're set and they get attacked, you can get their effects to add a spellbook to your hand. I actually didn't realize that for a while, and I felt really stupid when I did. So yeah, those are really good for it. Then you got two effect veilers. And of course the boss monster, 3 High Priestess. Priestess is a really good card. I love it so far. It's pretty fun. It always pisses people off when you get it, because they'll go, oh, okay, Book of Life. Doesn't really stop. And then I actually run 3 Justice. The other one again is on loan. You run 3 Justice with this is the Judgment Day type, and you run 3 Justice with that because you can, when you use 3 spellbooks with the effect of Spellbook Judgment, add those 3 to your hand, then special summon Priest or special summon Justice of Prophecy. Then, since it's your end phase and you activated spellbooks your turn, you can banish her during that end phase that you just summoned her. Banished her to add a spellbook and High Priestess in your hand, so you'll have a full hand. You'll have just about a full hand, because generally you'll have at least 1 card left over, so you should go from 1 card in your hand to 6. And pretty much, if they can't OTK you in that next turn, that you pretty much win, which is a very lovely thing. And then Spellbook Magician. I love Spellbook Magician. You can use it with the Apprentice Magician, and then say you have a Apprentice Magician set, they attack it. So you got 1 set, right? And then you have another you have a Spellbook Magician in your hand. Summon your Spellbook Magician, get its effect. Then you can flip summon this one, get its effect. So that's 2 spellbooks to your hand. Then you can overlay for either Daigusto Phoenix, Shining Elf, whatever situation calls for. But yeah, those guys are good for it. Next, we run. I run 2 Temperance Prophecy. People tell me that they don't like this card in the build. I like it. It helps me quite a bit. Like if I'm in a jam, I might try it with only running 1, because 2 is starting to seem kind of a little excessive. But it helps me in a jam if I'm drawing dead, and it helps me. So that's the reason I keep it in. Next, we got 2 Tragodias. Tragodia can be really beefed up with this deck, because you're adding tons of cards to your hand throughout the entire game, and he gets his attack points are based off of, in case you don't know what Tragodia does, is based off how many cards are in your hand. So if you have 6 cards in your hand, he's a pretty freaking boss. Because it's 600 per attack per card, which is really good. Alright, now we're going into the spells. This runs no traps, by the way, which spellbooks shouldn't, and if they do, the only one they would run would be Threatening Roar. But Judgment Day build doesn't really use that anymore, because you don't need it. Alright, so first we got Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, staple basics. Then I run 2 Spellbook of Eternity. Good card. You can recycle stuff with it. It's always fun. Make sure though that you never, ever, ever banish this card. I mean, unless you're like in a dire situation or something like that. But like, what I always do is I recycle these. I put with a Spellbook of Tower, put them back to the bottom of my deck, because you always can use these cards throughout the game. It just makes the deck's flow so much easier. Next, we got 3 Spellbook of Fate. Fate is a fun card to play with. She sometimes can be a little annoying, but hey, it's what can you do, you know? Spellbook Fate is a good card because what she can, well, I keep calling it a she, it's a spell card. What the spell card does is you can either banish 1 to return a set card they control, which is good if you don't want to waste Priestess's effect. So then on just a set card. So you return this, use 1 to return it to your hand, or you can banish 2 spellbooks from your graveyard to change a monster to either face up attack or face down defense. And that's another good play when you have Spellbook Magician, because what you can do is, say you normal summon Spellbook Magician this turn to add to your hand Spellbook of Secrets, for whatever reason. And then you have this set. When he attacks your Spellbook Magician, activates Spellbook of Fate, banish 2, set your Spellbook Magician. So now when he attacks it, that way you can get a second Spellbook to your hand, and hopefully by then you're beefed up enough to win. All right, next I run only 2 Spellbook of Judgment. I know some this again, my other one's out on loan. People say to run 3. I don't agree with that, mainly because every time I've tried the deck, I only go through 2. I never use 3 Spellbook of Judgments. I don't even always use 2. Generally I can win with 1, but 2 is the minimum. 2 is what I use. It makes it so much easier, and plus if you draw 2 Spellbook of Judgments, well, you can't use both of them that turn, so it's kind of makes one of them like a dead card to your hand. So yeah. Alright, next we got 2 Spellbook of Life. Spellbook of Life is a really good card because if they do something to your Priestess or anything like that, say they just kill it. It's the simplest idea. They kill your Priestess, right? They kill your Priestess, and they're like, oh yeah, we got rid of Priestess. Well, what you do is say you have Spellbook of Judgment in your hand, Priestess and Effect Failure in your graveyard. You activate your Spellbook of Life. You reveal Spellbook of Judgment in your hand, and then you banish your Effect Failure, and then you can special summon back your High Priestess. Now, and plus, what this does too is it will make High Priestess's level increase based off what you banished, so she would become a level 8 instead of a level 7. And one thing that's really cool about this card too is that it is not like Call of the Haunted. If they destroy this card, that's fine. It does not kill Priestess. The only thing that this does after it revives the Priestess from the graveyard is it gives it that level boost. So if they kill this, Priestess goes back to being a level 7. But that's not a big deal. The point is to get Priestess back on the field. So just remember that. But this card is destroyed when Priestess is. So it's kind of like, it's not a two-way street. It's like, this dies, this doesn't die, this dies, they both die. Which is really good. Alright. Next we got Spellbook of Powers. I know I don't have ultimates. I don't have I have actually not even seen an ultimate. I haven't seen one at all. So if anybody has any ultimates, I might trade for them. Ultimates are Spellbook of Power is a really fun card. You can beef up your monsters. You can use one play that I love doing, which is really fun, is you activate Spellbook. Like, say you have a magician or Spellbook Magician on the field, and you just use its effect. You activate Spellbook of Power, so he becomes 1500, and then you activate Spellbook of the Master. You reveal one Spellbook in your hand, and then you can mimic Spellbook of Power. So your 500 monster becomes a 2500 monster, and when Spellbook Magician destroys a monster, you get to add 2 Spellbooks to your hand because it's 1 for each power, which is really broken but really fun. All right. Next, we got 3 Spellbook of Secrets. Pretty basic. These are your searchers for the deck. You can search spell cards, and you can search Spellbook Magician because it just says any spellbook card, not spell card. It's a good card. You run 3. It's all mandatory for the deck. And then next is 2 Spellbook of Master. I only run 2 because 3 seems a little excessive and it's not necessary. Like I said, you're pretty much gonna win in 1 or 2 turns, and you can only use these once per turn. So yeah, you're pretty much safe with that. And then 2 Spellbook of Wisdom. This card is the better version of Forbidden Lance with prophecies, because it doesn't make you lose the 600 damage or whatever. And plus, what people like to do all the time is they'll attack your priestess with a monster that's lower, and then they'll act Forbidden Lance on your priestess. All you gotta do is activate this, chain this to it, and because since chains resolve in reverse, you just say spells, then their guy will die. You won't lose any damage, and you'll be good. And then last 2 cards in the main deck would be 2 towers. Towers are your recyclers. They're a field spell, and what they do is once per turn when you during your standby phase, as long as you have a spellcaster either on the field or in the graveyard, you can take one. Here, I'll show you. You can take 1 spellbook and put it to the bottom of your deck and draw another card. Simple as that. It's pretty broken. It's pretty fun though. Plus, when it's destroyed, you can let me just double check that I'm not lying to you guys. Yeah, you special summon 1 spellcaster with, depending on the number of spell books in your graveyard. So that's always a plus, and it's always a good thing to have. Alright, let me check how I'm doing for time here. 13 minutes. That's not bad. Okay, well, I'll show you. This is a deck profile, so it's alright. Okay, next I'm going to show you is the extra deck. I'm going to start off with the Synchros. Armory Arm, GG Hyper Librarian, Tempest Magician, Arcanite Magician, Black Rose, and Stardust. I run all of these just for situational stuff. Honestly, I don't even run these all the time. I hardly ever use these unless it's the situation calls for it. They can be really helpful though. They can help you save your life for the most part. Next you got Shining Elf. Main reason I run this card is it's a spellcaster and it's a rank 2, so you can use you can overlay 2 magicians for it. Pretty easy, and it's not that bad. Then Daigusto Phoenix, if you've cleared their field, you're basically getting a 3000 attack with this because it allows you to attack twice when you detach material for it, which is freaking awesome. Gotchi, defense, pretty basic. I'm probably gonna take this out. I got Levier in there. That's again more for situational kinds of things. If I take out my Tempest or Temperance Magician or Temperance of Prophecy, I'm sorry I can't speak right now. I'm definitely going to be taking this out. And then next I run 2 Big Eye. Two Big Eye is just obsessive, but I just run it just because it's fun, and nobody expects you to have people don't expect you to have 2 Big Eyes in a deck, and so if they kill one of your Big Eyes early on in the game, later on you'll just be, screw you, I have another Big Eye. It's not really expected, and it's pretty freaking cool. If I still had my Draco Sack, I'd probably play my Draco Sack, but I sold that. Money comes first, you know. So yeah, I'm not going to show you guys my little side decky right here, because you know that's my secret. You guys should be able to figure out though what you need for it. Alright, so that's the prophecy profile. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, anything like that, you can leave a comment in the section below. And this deck is not for trade, so don't ask me. Please don't ask me. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. This is Ninja Man, Mr. Ninja, and I approve this message. Peace out.